Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, we can.
Hi. So let me welcome all of you. I see that all of you all have, taken the time to join us today for the management movie program that we do. So let me first welcome you. Welcome back, actually, since you'll have continued to show us support for the last few months. And so just to inform you, we do this management through movies session every fortnight. We pick one movie where we take those learnings from the movie and we discuss it amongst a group of people. Now, why did we get this thought is because we very often use this in training programs. We use these movie clips, or we show examples from various movies to teach certain topics, or to give them examples of certain ideologies or things that we like to train them on. So we thought, why not take it out of the training rooms and do it just as learning, so that more people can actually incorporate it. Now, this is an initiative that is run by Square SQL Consulting. Square SQL Consulting is a parent company of four other brands, where SQL Consulting does majority of all HR consulting, training consulting, and L&D work. Whereas we have another brand called SDTP. SDTP is a brand where we take design thinking as a mindset, and we try and imbibe that mindset into as many people as we can. We currently have a global presence with over 500 practitioners certified under the same umbrella. And I suppose we are the largest with that many number of practitioners in with one body. And we also have a thing called Strengths Coaching Society, where we've taken learnings from Clifton Strengths Finder, and we train people to use it in their daily lives, to use it in their work profiles. And how is it that we can use Finder or Strengths Coaching to actually build better teams? And last but not the least, we have a program called Designovator, where we take a small we take it's an accelerator, a design thinking plus an innovation program, where we take products or ideas that people have and budding entrepreneurs or functions or departments, and help them to take it to a minimum viable product or a business launch phase. So those are the verticals that we have. And it's an initial and management through movies is sponsored by Sequel. So not taking much more of your time, I would like to hand over to Jimmy. This week's movie is The Last Samurai. It's available on Netflix if you all want to watch it anytime after this session. Over
Thank
to you,
you,
Jimmy.
Zoya. Thank you so much for setting the context. And just to add to what she has said, the recording of this will be available on our YouTube channel, as well as it'll also be there on the podcast and different channels. So let's quickly move forward. And today is the day, it's one of my favorite movies. And I must have seen it probably, I've forgotten the number of times I've seen the movie. So just a quick check from the audience here. It's an old movie. It was released in 2003. How many of you have seen this movie? Or maybe let me ask the other way. I mean, how many of you have not seen the movie? You can give me that response in the chat window probably. That helps then to figure out. Otherwise, if you have seen it, we straight away get into some sort of learnings. If not seen it, okay. Zoya, you have not seen it. Okay, fine, no problem. Seen long time ago. Okay, fair enough, Ankur. How about you, Mishra ji?
Not
Umesh?
seen.
Not seen. Oh, okay. So in that, Venkat. Okay, so I'll presume that majority of you have not seen
No,
it.
very
Sorry,
long ago.
long ago. All right, fair enough.
No, the moment you said Venkat, there was nostalgia.
Yes. So let's. So in that case, I'm going to spend a little time in explaining to you what the movie is, and I generally do not recommend that in any of the programs what we do. But this movie is so close to me that I would say that do take some time out and do watch it whenever you get time. It to me it takes to a very different world altogether. So what is this movie all about? Now, The Last Samurai, the movie stars Tom Cruise in the lead role, along with the samurai. His name is uh, Kotimasu. Ken Watanabe is somebody who's played that. Now, the movie is loosely based on a real-time story, a real-time rebellion, which was fought in France. However, the only difference here is that the in the movie the captain is portrayed as an American, but in the real life the captain who was actually from a French army. So, what is this movie all about? Movie is about American captain who's played by Tom Cruise, Nathan Algren, and he this is just at the onset of 1877 onwards. That is a time when the American Civil War had got over, and Nathan Algren had some nightmares because he had been to so many different wars, and then he was hired to go to Japan, wherein there's a clash between how to westernize Japan and the traditional society of Japan. He goes to Japan and he is inducted by the imperial army, so to say, of Japan, and his job was to find the samurais and kill them. His job was to train the entire Japanese army. And when he went to train them, he realized that they were not ready and they would require a lot of practice. A lot of time is required for them to be ready, to be battle ready, so to say. Now, this was not understood by his seniors, because for his seniors, it was about, we have the superior firepower. The samurai is not using anything else other than sword and bows and the arrows. They don't have the rifles. You have the firepower, so you move ahead. So what he did, in any case, he was having nightmares and he wanted to redeem himself. He was not able to come to the terms that what kind of things which is already done in the previous battlefields. So in one instance, what he does, he actually goes and stands in front of a Japanese soldier, in the firing range, and said, "Come on, hit me. You have to fire at me." Now this fellow is so petrified, the Japanese soldier, that he did fire eventually, but the target was way off mark. Now, through that, Captain Algren showed a lot of courage and shared to his seniors, not only for his regiment, but for the Japanese as well, that your soldiers are still not ready. Now, at that point of time, this is the turning point in the movie. At that point of time, his senior overrules him and says, "We leave tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock." Fair enough. He was following the orders of his senior. And next day morning, now if you see samurai, now Japanese is a very traditional society. Respect, honor is something which is paramount there. And what the Japanese soldier, they in any case were afraid of samurai, the mighty samurai, if I may say so. Right? They go to the jungle and they actually get on into a combat with the samurai. But these Japanese soldiers were so, they were so panicky that at one point of time, when the Captain Nathan Algren, played by Tom Cruise, he was leading them. He said, "Fire at my command. Don't fire right now." He was waiting for the people to come into the firing range, but somebody did fire before that, and then the entire hell broke loose. At that point of time, he was captured. He was about to be killed. At that point of time, the head of the samurai clan over there said, "No, let's take him, because I want to know my enemy." The moment he says that I want to know my enemy, I just went back to my sales days. In sales, we tell that, okay, fine, we must know what our competition is doing. Similarly, for any leader to create any strategy, he must know what their competition is doing, right? So I realized that that was not because he wanted to defeat the Americans, but he wanted to genuinely know. And that time he actually is taken to the samurai village. Now over there, he was actually not well. It took some time before all his wounds could get healed, and he was actually put up into the house of the gentleman whom he killed in the war. Yeah, his wife was taking care of him, and his children were also there. Over there, he realized, right, that what a samurai is. And this is what he says, what does it mean to be a samurai? To devote yourself utterly to a set of moral principles, to seek a stillness of your mind, and to master the way of the sword. And if you ask me personally, whenever I watch that movie, the best part of my movie is, when he's actually in that village, wherein he starts to reflect what kind of life he was living in and what kind of life people in this village are living, right? And now this is the gentleman, who's the samurai, and they were having interesting conversations between them. And in one of them, Tom Cruise actually asked him, "Do you believe a man can change his destiny?" And he replied that, "I think a man does what he can until his destiny is revealed to him." So many times we continue our pursuit of happiness, pursuit of what we wish to achieve, pursuit of probably what your purpose is, right? And this movie talks about that it will be revealed to you. Something to take a pause and think. It has its roots in so many different beliefs or cultures around the world. Yeah. And then in one of the conversations, Katsumoto said that the perfect flower is a rare thing, and if he spent his life looking for one would not be a wasted life. Now, let me fast forward it to the scene wherein Katsumoto actually kills himself. Now, that is something which is very interesting, because the moment a samurai is defeated, it is his shame, and in the shame, they are supposed to end their life. As he was doing so in the last scene in the movie, at that point of time, they actually show the perfect flower blooming, and all he said is, "It's perfect." And that is where you actually go back to this quote, what he said: "The perfect flower is a rare thing, and if he spent his life looking for one, it would not be a wasted life." Right? Now, interestingly, one of the key things about the samurai way of life was discipline. And this is a dialogue from the movie, which says that from the moment they wake, they devote themselves to the perfection of whatever they pursue. The discipline. Now, how many of us in our pursuit of what we want to perfect, and how many of us follow that discipline? How many of us actually commit? And I have realized, and in fact, in the morning we were having a different session wherein Arvind Mishra was also mentioning about how schedule, if you commit to something, your life actually creates situations wherein you are able to take care of a commitment. Your schedule falls in place, right? Similarly over here, and if you watch that movie, you will realize the moment they get up, they are actually in the pursuit of the perfection in whatever they are doing, whether they are doing sword fight, or whether they are doing bow and arrow, or whether it could be anything, but they just want to perfect it, right? And the very simple way of life they are living over there, which did really touch Nathan Algren, right? Now this is one of the clips from the clips, as in the picture from the movie. Over there, when he's trying to learn the sword with the samurai, one of them walks up to him and says, "There are too many minds. You are minding the people are watching. You are minding the enemy, right? All you have to have is no mind. All you have to have is no mind." Yeah. And which means, how can you be still and focus on just what you're doing? Now there's another way to look at it. The recent neuroscience research says that there is a power of unfocused mind as well, that you can do multiple things at the same time. However, over here, when the stakes are very high, the stakes is here of life and death. Probably over here in the battlefield, it's all about no mind. How do you focus on what you are supposed to do? And actually, there is a wager which is kept between people who are watching, and every time Tom Cruise is losing, and eventually when he was told no mind, he was able to draw, if not win, the next bout. Yeah. And then in the end, when Katsumoto is dead, uh, if you look at the samurai clan, I mean, the job of the samurai clan is to serve the emperor of Japan. And over here, the emperor was caught. Right? How do we do the westernization of the society? So there were a lot of things which he wanted to do, but there were others, in his entire cabinet, who actually were playing, and they were doing what the entire country was facing. Wherein the 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 emperor did not have much of a say, even though he wanted to have it, but he was not able to do so because he was just a young man over there. And the samurai Katsumoto was also the teacher of the emperor. And when he died, Tom Cruise carried his sword to be given to the emperor. At that point of time, the emperor asked him, "Tell me how he died." And at that point of time, Nathan Algren said, I'll tell you how he lived. So often, when again, if I take you back this reflection of this scene to the research of neuroscience, wherein we say how do we use more and more positive words instead of focusing on the negative words, this again brings that in front of us. Yeah. And if I have to quickly summarize, and before we have quick discussions around this movie, uh, some of the dialogues and some of the things which really hit me was, when you understand the language, everything falls in place. you know and it's so true. You pick up any communication, look at any leader, how are they able to inspire? Because they're able to connect. How are they able to connect? But they're able to communicate. To whom they're communicating? To the hearts of the people, not to the minds of the people. Yeah, they were able to connect to the heart level, and that is where everything falls in place. I want to know my enemy, we already spoke about it. And the place where he was kept when he was a prisoner in the samurai village, she's actually the sister of Katsumoto. She goes up to him and says, "You know what? The whole sight of him is very repulsive. I mean, please take him away." And he says that there must be some reason why he's here. Must be some reason. And then when the emperor army, comes, and they are actually surrounded by the army from all the four sides. At that point of time, Katsumoto actually, they were having a conversation together. That's where they spoke about the battle of Thermopylae in Greece, wherein on this famous movie 300 is also made. Now, samurai here is actually looking for a death of honor. And when he was told that each and every soldier died in that battle of 300, right, he had a big smile on his face. So it was all about samurai code of honor, finding that purpose. And again, which I already shared, just to mention that again, what does it mean to be a samurai? To devote yourself utterly to a set of moral principles, to seek a stillness of your mind, and to master the way of the sword. I think each one of us can also be a samurai in our own way, in figuring out what are ethics, what are values, and how are we living those ethics and those values. And at the same time, uh, seeking the stillness of the mind. When you seek still, when the mind is still, you can do a lot of other things. Otherwise, either we are in past or we are in future. That's why it's called that elusive present. And master the way of the sword in terms of whatever skill, whatever thing which you want to achieve in life, you can just master it. Right. So that's something which I would like to speak about as far as this movie is concerned. And yes, Mishraji, when he said that dialogue, I was going back to the connectedness part of you, in terms of there must be some reason why everything happens. There must be some reason that there are 10 of us have made a choice to spend our Saturday evening, 1 hour of a Saturday evening in this session. There must be some reason why we started this initiative. There must be some reason for anything and everything happening around us. Yep. Yep. So anybody wants to ask or share anything, that'll be interesting to get into the detailing of the movie in case somebody's keen. Any reflections?
Well, this sounds to be a very nice movie, especially it clears away the kind of code of conduct. And as you rightly mentioned, that in the morning I just spoke about this fact that normally most of the times it's the schedule which makes us. We don't make the schedule.
Yeah.
So that's what is there in the summary. That if you have to go for the pursuit of excellence, then you will have to make the schedule and follow them.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you cannot pursue excellence. You'll just be a mediocre.
The most interesting part was that how life was going on, so well. And how we look at, if I look at our own lives today, especially in the lockdown, I wish I had an internet connectivity. I would have been in a village. Now villagers want to come to the cities and towns, right? So somewhere we're always running around something or the other. But this movie, if you ask me, whenever I watch this movie, I actually feel at peace. I mean, I don't know how many of you will do that, but I really feel at so much at peace when I look at that movie. In fact, that is one of the reasons that I have made up my resolve after watching this movie. I have to visit Japan. Maybe spend just 1 or 2 months there, just to understand the way of life. Not a samurai way of life. I wonder whether any samurai's way of life there still, but I would still want to visit. I've never been there so far, just to understand. Because look at the honor. Look at even if they were fighting, they were bound down to each other. I mean, it's so interesting.
I'll request you to look for a 1+1 offer in case you go to Japan.
Why not, Mishra ji? Why not? You never know. Maybe we are discussing this. It is all connected with connectedness somewhere, and
Yes,
we are actually on a plane to Japan, and both of us will discuss this instance. Mishra ji, याद है हमने बात किया था ये.
yes, absolutely. We might do that.
You never know. Interesting.
Even the Ikigai talks about a lot about discipline and
Yes.
how that discipline makes them live so longer and make them live happily. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think the sense of discipline also is interconnected with what you wish to do or a purpose, so to say. When you get up in the morning and you want to you want to achieve something, you straight away are on the go. And Ankur, just to add to what you're saying, the sense of purpose or what you're doing, if you're clear, it actually enhances your immunity. Now, this is
Right.
something what the research says.
Yeah.
Okay, vis-a-vis, you get up in the morning, you're wondering, "Abhi kya karna hai? I don't know what to do," right? And you're actually getting into a downward spiral.
True.
One more very important thing that when it comes to discipline, normally many of us associate discipline with attaching to timelines or being very particular about things. But discipline is very important only when we are clear as to why we are doing this discipline. If the why is not clear, for instance, if there was a discipline in southern part of India that they have to worship the water every evening. But when the why is clear as to why do they worship water, the water has got certain memories, and they always want to have water which contributes to 70% of the entire body. That has to be having some fantastic memory. So that's the reason they started worshipping it. Even the new generation guys are doing it. But without knowing the reason, perhaps it will be just like a doctrine. Oh, why should we worship it every evening? What is there in the water? So, like when I talk about Japanese or Buddhism or samurai, so they know why they are doing a particular activity or task which they are performing. The why is very clear.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, absolutely right, Venkat. Clarity is God. Yes, it moves you forward.
Absolutely, clarity is God. That's amazing.
Absolutely. The another interesting piece was when, uh, the people in the army who actually killed the samurais, right? At one point of time, when the samurais are dying in the movie, they actually stop, they bow down and they are paying their respects, right? Because this shows us that one, and there are various ways to look at it. One could be that it's business, nothing personal. Second could be respect to the enemy. Third, respect to the traditions. But we are looking at the perspective of maybe the Nathan Algren, the captain, or maybe from the samurai. We can also look at this movie from the aspect of or the point of view of the emperor. He wanted the country to become westernized. I mean, he wanted the country to move forward, and that is the reason why he was looking at countries like France, US, England, to help him out. Whereas there were traditional set of people in Japan who were resisting it. So it could be another way to look at the movie, from the point of view of the emperor, and that was one of the reasons that he did not stop the samurai. Yeah, he said, okay, fine, fair enough. If this is why the when samurais has to go, and that is why the country will move forward, so be it. Yeah, for the larger good. So that could be another way to look at the movie.
Very much similar to what samurais have got. In India also, there were traditions where after the war, the Indian war people has to give abhaydan to the people whom they have conquered. By abhaydan, they meant the ambience of fearlessness. The
Right.
people, especially the ladies, the people who are working there, the merchants, they have to be fearless. The only people they used to kill were the soldiers only when they have got some weapon in the hand. Otherwise, they never used to kill anyone. And by that, they used to give abhaydan. So
Right.
abhaydan was very popular, and that reminds me of what you said, the kind of respect samurais used to have for the opponents.
Absolutely. But off late somewhere, all those principles maybe got, probably people forgot about them. Maybe, of course,
Yeah,
we
there were
don't
lots of
like the way to.
invasions, and especially the outside invasions, the Afghans and others, they were very brutal.
Yeah.
So they said, Ki, we are giving abhaydan and they are not doing any dan. So let's be like them.
Yep. True. Absolutely. So maybe that is a discussion of some other day, because there are a couple of movies based on that as well, Mishra ji. Yeah, we will pick up one of them the other day. Right? Interesting. Anybody else would like to share anything? We good? Mishra ji, you want to add something? Zoya?
I'll definitely like to give others some chance.
No, I'm good.
Okay. No, so I mean, as I said, normally I do not, we don't engage per se in terms of recommending a movie or not to recommend a movie, but this is something which can really, really help you. So if you get an opportunity, take time out and do watch this movie. Yeah.
And yeah, will.
It has got a transforming experience, at least to me. Yep.
Yeah, sure,
Great.
I will.
Thank you so very much, and appreciate your time you have taken today to spend with us, and see you in the next fortnight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you very
you.
much.
Thank you very much. Namaste. Stay safe. Wish
Thank
you very, very
you.
happy Dashera. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.